Dear cherished child, listen attentively. If you trust in God, say Amen. This is an extremely significant message for you today. Don't disregard it. Focus on this message. This is the voice of the Lord your God. There are instances, peaceful and almost unnoticed, when your spirit calms enough to sense something deeper. Not a sound, not a thought, but a presence. A gentle wave of peace that fills your chest and calms your breath. That sensation, it's not random. It's a soul calling, a quiet message from someone you once loved deeply and who still loves you now beyond this world. Archangel Michael stands with you in this moment, not to hasten you, but to create a safe space around you. He carries a message from a soul who has already transitioned. Someone who once shared laughter, tears, perhaps even journeyed life's most sacred times with you. They are not absent. They are merely communicating in a different way now. Not through words, but through feelings. And tonight they are near, not because time is running out, but because your heart is finally prepared to accept what it couldn't before. They want you to know you've never been alone, not for a moment. Every time you murmured their name in the dark, they sensed you. Every tear you cried for them, they gathered in quietness. And every time you nearly gave up when you couldn't fathom the force that suddenly appeared within you, it was them. It was their love crossing the barrier to steady you, even if you weren't aware of it. This isn't about a deadline. It's not about midnight. It's about synchronization. You are synchronized now. Your heart has softened. Your spirit has expanded. You've been through enough to comprehend that life is delicate. Time is precious and true love never ceases. It only develops. That's why they're here now closer than ever. Not to convey something urgent, but to remind you of something eternal. You are still deeply, fully, endlessly loved. Maybe you felt them lately in a dream, in a sudden recollection, in a song that seemed like it was composed for you. That wasn't imagination. That was them. Their way of saying, I'm still with you. And I'm proud of the person you're becoming. You haven't let them down. You haven't disheartened them. You are living with more finesse than you acknowledge. Archangel Michael wants you to trust your feelings. A special moment, not a warning, but a present. You're not being ordered to act. Instead, you're being encouraged to hear the part of you that still recalls their voice, their laughter, their affection. That memory is more than just a memory. It's a message, it's a pledge, and it's a subtle reminder they haven't left your life. They're intertwined within everything you're evolving into, so inhale deeply. There's no need to hasten, no need to pursue signs. They're already here in your tranquility, in your serenity, in the gap between thoughts where love still resides softly and eternally. Present with you right now, and they always will be. There are things unspoken, things you continue to carry. Perhaps instances you yearn to rewind, to embrace them once more, to ask another question, to say something else. Type 222 to claim it, but they already comprehend. They always understood. And in this moment's stillness, they wish for you to grasp their love didn't rely on words. It was always greater than that. Archangel Michael stands by their side, by yours, forming a bond between here and there. Not a tangible one, but one fashioned from memory, spirit, soul. And across this bridge, something gentle moves. It's not a warning, it's not a sign to worry. It's the purest form of presence. A calm whisper that says, I'm proud of you. I've seen your struggles, I've seen your growth, and I've never stopped believing in you. They notice how far you've come. Even if you feel like you're still figuring things out, they're not criticizing your speed. They're celebrating your journey. All the ways you've learned to forgive, to take a break, to protect your peace. These are not insignificant things. These are the exact things they once hoped you would continue. Not as a burden, but as a blessing, a gift, a reflection of the love they poured into you when they were around. You don't have to carry their memory like a heavy load. Carry it like a light. Not with pressure to live a flawless life in their honor, but with purpose, with presence, with gentleness. They are with you not to demand more from you, but to remind you that you are already sufficient. You honor them every time you smile after thinking of them. Every time you show kindness when it's tough. Every time you love someone deeply, fully, just like they once loved you. That's what they wished for you. Not a life stuck in the past, but a life filled with progress, with peace, with joy. In sorrow, yet graced by grace. So if tonight your heart is burdened or you long for a fleeting visit, remember this. They've already been. You don't require a celestial token. You are the token. The love you bestow, the tranquility you safeguard, the empathy you bear now, That is them continuing to care, continuing to share still with you. And as Archangel Michael hovers close, he offers no commands, no mandates, merely presence. Just a truth your soul already comprehends. They didn't abandon you. They love you from where the light resides now. There exists a kind of love that doesn't wane even as the world progresses. It doesn't vanish with passage of time. It doesn't weaken with distance. It evolves, it blooms with you, and it becomes an integral part of all. You are learning to be your loved one, the one you still recall when your heart whispers softly and tears fall unbidden. They are not merely in your past, they are woven into your evolution. Every small act you perform to be kinder when life feels tough, they acknowledge that. Every time you opt for peace instead of insisting on being right, every time you arrive when you could have left, that's them with you. Another person's compassion, that's their love still flowing through you. Their energy isn't distinct from your soul. It's blended. It resides in the way you care, in the way you pause, in the way you love more profoundly now because you understand what loss entails. Archangel Michael advises that love never ceases. It merely grows. And the love you shared with the soul who is now in heaven has grown beyond space, beyond time, beyond anything the mind can fully fathom. That love now operates in the places you didn't anticipate, in the people you're growing close to. In the way you forgive more openly, in the way you've learned to bear pain with more grace than ever before. You're not lugging this love like a burden. You're carrying it like a legacy, not something to surpass, but something to accompany. Type God is good if you love God. Something that grants your life more depth, more meaning, more clarity. You don't require the solutions. You don't need to comprehend every facet of what transpires after this life. Just remember this. What you had with them persists. It's simply revealing itself in new forms. Now when you question yourself, they are close by. When you sit alone and ponder if anyone observes your struggles, they are nearby. They put forth effort. When you advance and feel remorseful for laughing again, they grin because your healing touches them. Your joy prolongs their memory's journey. And your life, though it may seem imperfect at times, continues to unfold as it ought. You are not intended to stay trapped in sorrow. You are meant to ascend with love. That's what they wish for you. Not just to persevere without them, but to live completely, knowing they're still leading you from a place where pain no longer exists, where time doesn't run out, where love remains the only language. So breathe by. They are not distant, they never were. They are in your progress, in your peace, in your evolution, and with Archangel Michael guarding this sacred link, you can proceed without fear, because a love like this never truly departs. It simply walks alongside you silently, steadily, eternally. A quiet change occurs after grief softens. It's not that the pain vanishes. It's that something new starts to emerge in its place. A deeper comprehension, a calmer courage, a silent acknowledgement that the love you once dreaded losing was never truly lost. It just transformed into something else. Archangel Michael accompanies you in this truth, not commanding. Whatever comes from you, only giving peace, tranquility, and tender care. He bears a message from someone you once deeply cared for, someone whose influence transformed you in ways that still resonate in your life today. That person doesn't just reside in your memories. They reside in your advancement, in your patience, in the way you're learning to remain open even when life has asked you to shut down. You are not meant to bear sadness forever. You are meant to carry love forward. That means you are not dishonoring their memory by smiling again. You are honoring them. You are not leaving them behind. You are moving forward with their spirit woven into the way you now perceive the world. The way you treat others, the way you forgive, the way you let go, the way you safeguard your peace now, not out of fear, but out of respect for what truly matters. They see that and they are proud. They recall how lost you once felt, and now they observe you speaking with more composure. They remember the burden you bore, and now they feel the relief you've created through grace. Not instantly, not by hiding your struggles, but by walking with honesty, by feeling it all, by healing gradually and honestly. Consistently. That's not fragility. That's sacred power, and that's why their spirit is still near. Not to hinder you in the past, but to encourage the person within you who's evolving through the hardship. They're mapping your journey, not with bold signs, but with gentle indications. The right individuals appearing, the right messages reaching you. The moments of tranquility that arrive unexpectedly. These are their way of saying, you're not alone, you're progressing. Keep going. And Archangel Michael wants to remind you, you don't have to understand everything to be on the correct path. You just need to keep embracing the present. Keep releasing what doesn't benefit you. Keep making room for what brings you calm. This is how healing becomes sacred. Type 1111 if you love God Jesus, not as an end point, but as a means of walking with love, with grace, and with quiet determination. You're not recovering from loss alone. You're transforming into someone new, someone your loved one wished you'd become, someone more empathetic, more rooted, more conscious. Not despite the pain, but because you had the courage to experience it and grow beyond it. You're not lagging. You're not fractured. You're simply unfolding as intended. I'm still here, not a memory frozen in time, but a calm presence moving with you into everything that comes next. There are moments where life slows down, and your soul becomes still enough to feel what words can't express. It might happen when the world around you is busy, yet something in your chest feels quiet, present, whole. That stillness isn't emptiness. It's love rising up from somewhere deeper than memory. It's not about going back to the way things were. It's about honoring what remains and letting it become part of who you are now. Archangel Michael watches this unfold from beside you, gently holding the space between past and present. He's not here to rush you or fix you. He's here to remind you nothing sacred is ever truly lost. The person you miss, the soul you still speak to in silence, they are not only part of your yesterday, they are part of your today, and the love they gave you didn't die with them, it lives now through you. Every act of gentleness you show someone else, every patient breath you take before reacting, every time you let love lead, even when life feels unclear, that's their legacy in motion. That's them still showing up. Rise, not ascend, guided by signs in the sky, but through your spirit softening, strengthening, awakening. You've evolved as they envisioned, and now even if you don't perceive it yet, you bear something sacred forward, not just their recollection, but their essence. This isn't merely sorrow, this is metamorphosis. You're not simply enduring a loss. You're embodying the love that once embraced you. You're starting to comprehend that healing isn't about forgetting. It's about recalling differently, not with agony, but with intent. You are the conduit now. The way you communicate, the way you manifest, the way you offer. These aren't just personal decisions. They're part of the affection you were nurtured with, molded by, entrusted with, and your beloved one. They still walk beside that version of you, not to shield you from pain, but to remind you you were never intended to bear it solo. They murmur through your silence. You are doing better than you believe. You are more than your apprehension. You are more than your despair. You are evolving into someone I always knew you could be. And Archangel Michael, in his tranquil power, encompasses you with peace, not because you require rescue, but because you are finally secure to relax. Within your own heart, the love you yearn for, it never abandoned. It simply transformed into something you now bear, not in your hands, but in the way you exist. This isn't the finale of the story. It's a fresh chapter penned with their light, your truth, and divine guidance. And you are writing it beautifully. There will arrive a moment when you cease wondering why they departed and begin perceiving how their love persists. That instant isn't always marked by a breakthrough. At times, it surfaces in quietness, in a gentle instance where your heart doesn't hurt as much as before. In a deep breath that doesn't weigh heavily. That's not forgetting. Type 777 if you believe in God Jesus. That's grace. That's recovery. That's sanctity. Archangel Michael stands by you here, not just as a guardian, but as a reminder this life is still yours to live. And your beloved, they are still present in that life. Not merely in recollection, but in motion, in the way your soul has evolved, in the way your heart has broadened, in the way you've learned to make room for others, because now you comprehend what it means to harbor something intangible yet real. You are not simply enduring their absence. You are evolving due to it. Their affection grows stronger. You become more mindful, more deliberate. Life's fragility has taught you to love intensely. You sensed quietness, now you pay closer attention. These aren't minor adjustments, they're sacred transformations, evidence that your bond remains. It hasn't vanished, but evolved. They are nearby. Not as before, but in ways you now comprehend. This place holds significance, not through demands, but natural flow when living from love, not fear. Your loved one walks beside you into this new phase. You don't honor them by clinging to pain. You honor them by evolving into who they always believed you could be, someone kind, sincere, and fully conscious. Even in uncertainty, they offer peace in your path. Take your time. Trust your feelings. Perfection isn't needed for alignment. Healing's pace need not be rushed to prepare. All that is required is staying open to peace, purpose, presence. That's how they guide you. Now that's how Archangel Michael supports your journey, patiently, not hastily. This voyage is significant, not because it's free from hardship, but because it's overflowing with so much significance. And you, by persisting to grow, to appear, to love, are becoming the living proof of everything they invested in you. You are not lagging. You are precisely where you're intended to be, cherished, directed, and subtly becoming more complete each day. You might not have recognized it yet, but your very existence, the way you conduct yourself now, the way you navigate life is a reflection of love that never abandoned you. It endured in your tranquility. It endured in your resilience. It endured in your soul, subtly guiding you from one version of yourself into another, gentler, wiser, more aligned. Archangel Michael wants you to comprehend something important. You have become the continuation of their hope. When they were present, they may not have spoken it aloud, but they hoped for your well-being, your safety, your wholeness. And now through all the healing, all the moments of doubt, all the quiet development, you're embodying that wish. Not flawlessly, not instantly, but gradually, tenderly, honestly. The person you were when they departed was not prepared for this kind of serenity. Look at you now. You've stopped pursuing closure from the past. You've begun creating purpose from the present. In that change, something sacred occurred. You became the living demonstration that love doesn't cease, it transforms. They notice every moment you release resentment. Every time you opt for forgiveness over ego, every time you trust your instinct, set boundaries, and respect your spirit, they are near. They aren't testing you. They are rooting for you. You're no longer holding on to mere memories. You're carrying forward their love in action. This life you're constructing, even if it's peaceful, even if it's still healing, it's a life of significance because it's grounded in love. And love born from loss has a depth that no one else can perceive, but heaven can. And your loved one does. You're not meant to have everything solved. You're not supposed to feel healed every day. But what truly matters is that you haven't disappeared. You haven't abandoned your own spirit. That alone is enough to make them proud. Archangel Michael advises you, your power isn't in how much you cling, it's in how much you learn to let go. Fear, guilt, old identities. Instead of those, you're creating room for love, trust, and kindness. The most lovely part, you didn't require a signal. You merged as one, so take your time. No pressure, no urgency, just presence. They are still beside you. And you are walking in the very light they once wished you'd discover. You're not advancing alone. The one you loved, they're still beside you. Not in the past, but in your progress, in your tranquility, in your silent power. Every time you opt for peace, they're there. Every time you keep going, they're pleased. Archangel Michael encourages you. This phase is not about pain anymore. It's about purpose. What's coming is not to dread. It's ready with love. You're not lost, you're evolving. And they're still leading you step by step. Your calm demeanor, the way you care, the way you listen, the way you appear with compassion, that's not just you. That's their love still pulsating through you. Archangel Michael wants you to know you're not just preserving memories. You're embodying meaning. You've become the response to their prayer, and now you are their message to the world. They're happy with you, and you're improving more than you think. If you trust in God, say Amen. Subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching this God message. May God Jesus will grant you abundance in every aspect of your life. Type 222